This is a second stimulus check update. With the $600 stimulus check, many people are reporting who received the stimulus check did not receive any money for their child dependents. With the $2,000 stimulus check, yesterday was the fourth day in a row that the Republicans blocked the bill. President Trump tweeted out saying that this was a missed opportunity by Republicans and he was not happy about it. I'll let you know the status of the $2,000 stimulus check and the potential of it moving forward. I hope you're having a great day so far. If you could do me a quick favor and hit the like button down below, this way YouTube could share this video with more people. Let's get right into it. So according to the IRS website, I've been getting this question a lot too. Will I receive anything showing that I received my second stimulus check? Yes, so a lot of people are receiving their stimulus checks. The IRS will send out a notice or letter letting you know that you did receive your stimulus check. If you didn't receive your check, but you received the letter saying you did, hold on to that letter, take a picture of it for future reference. This way you can claim your stimulus check in the future. There might be some scams involved. Also, don't give your social security number out to anybody claiming they're from the IRS. That is not how it works. The IRS will not contact you. Another big question I've been getting, Dawn Johnson commented on my video yesterday, got mine, but nothing for my daughter, so are they leaving out the child dependents like last time? I've been getting this question a lot in the comment section. Let me know what happened with your stimulus check. If you got your stimulus check and you have dependents, did you receive any money for your dependents? A lot of people have claimed they haven't so far. Maybe it'll happen in the future, I'm not sure, but it'll really help out the community if you can let us know. Also, if you received your stimulus check, let us know what category you're in. It really helps out the community to help people figure it out a lot better than any news sources. I think the comment section lets you know a lot more details of what's going on because the IRS hasn't released any information yet. Quick update regarding unemployment. Department of Labor said that there will not be a lapse in unemployment. There was some rumors going around saying that because President Trump took a while to sign the bill, that there would be a week off. That is not the case when it comes to PUA and PEUC programs. You will get those checks as usual on the Sunday. Regarding the $300 per week unemployment boost, there may be some delays with that. It is by state by state. Michigan is reporting delays, although Rhode Island is saying this upcoming week they will deliver that $300 per week boost on top of the state unemployment. All right, moving on to second stimulus check. I'll let you know what is going on. First, you got to hear what Bernie Sanders said on the Senate floor yesterday, pointing out the hypocrisy of socialism for the rich and the $2,000 stimulus check. So here's that clip right now, then I'll give you the updates.
And in the United States Senate, when we have differences of opinion, what we should be doing is debating that bill. So all that Senator Schumer is asking, all that I am asking is a simple request. Bring the bill to the floor. Not even asking you to vote for it. Bring the bill to the floor. And on top of everything else, we need 60 votes to pass. 60 votes. Can we get 60 votes? I don't know. But what is the problem with giving members of the United States Senate the opportunity to vote on the legislation? And when we have that debate, you can come up and you can raise all of your objections and we can debate it. Now, I hear Senator Thune and Senator McConnell before him talk about this bill being socialism for the rich, which I've got to tell you I find, Mr. President, somewhat hysterical, because that's an issue I have been talking about for many, many years. And I am very delighted that my conservative Republican friends now recognize that we do have socialism for the rich. To paraphrase Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who said that we live in a society where we have socialism for the rich and rugged individualism for the poor. King was right. But despite what my Republican colleagues are saying, truth is that according to the Tax Policy Center, the top 5% of Americans, the wealthiest people in our country, would receive less than 1% of the benefits of these direct payments. Less than 1%. Doesn't sound to me like too much socialism for the rich. But while we are on the subject of socialism for the rich, which my Republican friends have suddenly become very concerned about. Let me talk about the Trump tax proposal that was pushed very hard by Senator McConnell and the Republican leadership, and where I think every Republican voted for it. You want to talk about socialism for the rich? It is not the bill that puts $2,000 into working class hands all over this country. That ain't socialism for the rich. This is socialism for the rich in that bill. Amazon, oh, by the way, I must say this if I may, we were quoting the liberal Washington Post owned by Jeff Bezos, the wealthiest guy in the world. So here is Jeff Bezos' company, Amazon, and they received a tax rebate. They paid nothing in 2018 in federal taxes. That's a corrupt tax system to begin with. But then on top of that, they received $129 million as a tax rebate. That, Senator Thune, is what socialism for the rich. In fact, this particular company is owned by the richest guy in the world. You gave him a $129 million rebate. But it's not just Amazon. Delta Airlines also paid nothing in federal taxes in 2018, and yet they received a $187 million rebate from that particular bill. Chevron, helping to destroy our planet with their carbon emissions, $181 million in a rebate. That, my friends, is what socialism for the rich is about. Socialism for the rich is not, in the midst of this terrible pandemic, putting a $2,000 check into the hands of working families.
Bernie Sanders does a great job of pointing out the hypocrisy of Mitch McConnell claiming that $2,000 stimulus checks are socialism for the rich. Doesn't make any sense at all. I'm going to play you a clip later on in the video of a debate between Bernie Sanders and John Thune, and then Josh Hawley jumps in all in real time. It's a really good clip, and I want you to see it. But first, I want to give you the important information of what is happening with the $2,000 stimulus check, and then I'll play you that clip. So yesterday was the fourth day in a row that the $2,000 stimulus check got blocked. 3 days in a row, it was Mitch McConnell, and then yesterday the torch got passed on to Republican Senator John Thune, number 2 in the Senate. Basically, this kills all chances for a $2,000 stimulus check to pass. Yesterday, the plan was that Bernie Sanders was saying if we don't have a vote for a $2,000 stimulus check, then we will filibuster the override for the defense bill. That did not happen. They didn't get the vote for the $2,000 stimulus check, and the Senate actually was able to override President Trump's veto for the first time on the defense bill. Basically, what this means, with Congress, the 116th session ending, that means that any bill that was in limbo or didn't get fully passed is completely dead, which means that the Cash Act, the $2,000 stimulus check standalone bill, is completely dead right now, unfortunately. But I think President Trump got played in this. I'll let you know my opinions on this and what happened. But first, President Trump, right after this news, he said on Twitter, "Our Republican Senate just missed the opportunity to get rid of Section 230, which gives unlimited power to big tech companies. Pathetic. Now they want to give people ravaged by the China virus $600 rather than the $2,000, which they so desperately need. Not fair or smart." So I think President Trump got played here. He's pointing out the Section 230 first, then talking about the $2,000 stimulus check. I'll let you know what happened. Also, Lindsey Graham tweeted after the bill got blocked. He said, "With all due respect to my Republican colleagues, $2,000 direct payments for individuals and families who are struggling is not socialism. In my view, it is necessary in times in which we live." By the way, Lindsey Graham wasn't present in Congress for the vote at all. All he did was just go on the news a couple times, a few tweets here and there. The reason why I think that President Trump got played is this. This is just my opinion, it's speculation. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. So the timeline, President Trump gets the bill on his desk. It passed in the House, passed in the Senate. This is the $600 stimulus check plus the government funding bill. So he says he's not going to sign it. He's going to wait a while until $2,000 stimulus checks are added to the bill. No one even mentioned $2,000 stimulus checks until President Trump said it. He waited, the government was about to shut down, then he signed the bill last moment. Before he signed the bill, he was getting cozy on the golf course with Lindsey Graham. I think what happened here is Mitch McConnell said, hey, we can't have a government shutdown. What do you want? You want the $2,000 stimulus check? We'll give you that. Plus, we'll put in the bill, we'll put the Section 230, we'll put in the voter fraud committee, we'll give you what you want. Just sign this bill now and we'll have that bill coming out in a few days. So what happened? President Trump signed off the bill for the $600 stimulus check, which is kind of strange, right? Because he was promoting the $2,000, but then all of a sudden signs the $600 stimulus check. Then the House passes a standalone stimulus check, kind of acting out on their own. I think it kind of messed up the Republican plan. Then Mitch McConnell introduces his own stimulus check plan, which is going to have this $2,000 stimulus check. It's going to have the voter fraud committee as well as Section 230. President Trump was then promoting that. Mitch McConnell knew that if he had those two other poison pills to the Democrats, that they wouldn't vote for it, essentially making this bill die. Mitch McConnell, who created this bill with the three items, including the $2,000 stimulus check, it never went for a vote at all. So he's saying if you really want this to happen, you got to accept these two other things to the Democrats. It didn't go anywhere. Then Lindsey Graham wasn't even present, just said a few things on the news. I think the whole thing was just to get President Trump to sign that bill, and then nothing ever happened from there. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that happened. That's pure speculation. So what's going to happen with his bill in the future? Basically, the Democrat Representative Hakeem Jeffries from New York said, President-elect Joe Biden has made clear that the pandemic relief bill that Congress passed is simply a down payment on the work that needs to continue. We're going to continue to fight for a $2,000 direct payment check. So in regards to the $2,000 check, it is completely dead. They're going to have to start from scratch. So the House is going to maintain majority with the Democrats. They can pass it again once new Congress happens, but most likely they're going to wait until Joe Biden is back into office, and then President Trump is, or not back into office, enters office, and then President Trump is out. So it doesn't seem like anything will happen regarding a $2,000 check or any other stimulus check until the end of January. That just seems what is happening so far. I'll keep you updated, but at this time, the $2,000 stimulus check is dead in Congress. Here's that clip of Bernie Sanders debating with Republican Senator John Thune and Josh Hawley. Here's that clip right now.
Exactly right. But I also...
Senator from Illinois makes a good point. Senator, yield for a question.
Yeah.
So if the same formula is used and you're increasing the amount by $1,400 per person, so you're going from basically for a family of four, what would be $2,400 payment to $8,000 payment, and you phase that down using the same formula, does the senator from Illinois understand the math and why that skews toward people who make a lot more money than they would under the other formula?
If the question's directed toward me, I'll answer it.
Well, I just think that you're making a point and a statement which is not accurate, because you're saying the formula is the same. The formula is the same, but the inputs change. And so the way it ramps down means that somebody who makes $350,000 gets a payment under the Sanders-Hawley proposal that they wouldn't know, and it phases out a lot sooner, as you know. So let's be clear about how that formula works, because you are misrepresenting the way that formula works.
Can I ask my friend from...
Senator from Vermont has the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I would ask my friend from South Dakota. Do you disagree with the Tax Policy Center, which says that the top 5% of Americans, the wealthiest people in our country, would receive less than 1% of the total benefits being dispersed?
I have not seen the Tax Policy Center, but I know math, and I know as a basic principle that when you stick bigger numbers in there, and you're using the same formula to phase something out, you're going to make it available to people who make a lot more money. That is a mathematical fact. And what you are saying when you talk about the same formula, it skews entirely different in the income scale. You know that. And all I'm saying is don't misrepresent the facts.
What I am saying is that according to a very reputable tax center organization, people who do this for a living, less than 1% of the benefits of the entire program go to the wealthiest people in this country. So when you're talking about trying to say, oh my God, all of this money is going to the rich, That ain't really true. But I would also ask my friend, where did you suddenly become a religious adherent about concern of socialism for the rich when you gave 83% of the benefits to the rich and large corporations in the tax bill that you supported? Where was your concern about socialism for the rich when Amazon, owned by the richest guy in the world, got a $129 million tax rebate? I didn't hear much about socialism for the rich during that debate. Yeah.
Very simply, what you are suggesting, so what you're saying here is the owner of the Washington Post, who said this is really bad policy and shouldn't be done in this way at the end of this year. Is that what you're saying, that because he is a wealthy person, that somehow that's why he's making that statement? I think the Washington Post editorial board, in most cases, would be very sympathetic to the senator from Vermont's argument, because they take a liberal point of view on almost every issue. My point, very simply, is that we have limited amount of resources. This is borrowed money, as the senator from Vermont knows. And when we spent months, literally months, and you asked, why can't you guys just come down here? Why can't you just come down here and debate this? We tried for months to get the Democrats down here to debate a bill. We've put a bill on the floor in September. We put a bill on the floor in October, a coronavirus relief bill. And you guys blocked it. You didn't even want to talk about it. You didn't want to have an opportunity to amend it. We've been working at this for months, and we finally arrived, after months, at a proposal that helps people who need it the most, including nutrition assistance, including rental assistance, and including checks to people, $2,400 per family, and including unemployment.
All that I'm saying, this is a great debate. John, we should have this debate. And in 2 minutes, John, I'm going to give you the opportunity to say you support what we're doing, and then we will have this debate. That's your opportunity. But I want to get back. The senator from South Dakota did not answer the question that there was not apparently huge concern about socialism for the rich in the bill that they supported, or worried about the debt that would incur. So I see, if I may say so, a bit of hypocrisy here. Senator Thune and the Republican leadership wants to debate this issue. So do I. I think it's a great debate. Great debate. The motion to reconsider be considered, made, and laid upon the table, all without intervening action or debate.
Is there objection?
Mr. President.
The senator from Missouri.
Mr. President, reserving the right to object, I want to say that I can't for the life of me figure out why it is so difficult to get a vote on the bills that Senator Sanders has just referenced when, by my count, the President of the United States, the Speaker of the House, a large majority of the House of Representatives, and I think a supermajority of this body are all in favor of $2,000 COVID relief payments to working Americans. Now, we've had some back and forth on the floor today about how we got to the level of $2,000. We all know how we got to that level. The President of the United States said that's the level he supported. The number originates with him. This is the number that he has asked for, and the House adopted it. And a majority of senators have said already publicly that they support it. And yet we can't seem to even get a vote on it. We can't even seem to have debate on it. I mean, with all due respect, this doesn't seem to me to be a Republicans versus Democrats issue. This seems to be the Senate versus the United States of America. And I just don't understand it. And I'm willing to bet that the American people don't understand it either. I mean, here we are in the throes of the worst pandemic in a century that working people have borne the brunt of. And all that we're asking is that those working people be first in line for relief, and that they be given meaningful relief that is only approximately commensurate with the hardships that they and their families have borne. Now, I hear a lot of talk about how we can't afford it. I do notice, however, that we seem to be able to afford all kinds of other stuff We can afford to send lots of money to other governments. We can afford to send all kinds of tax breaks and bailouts to big corporations. We can afford to spend enormous sums of money on pork, hundreds of billions of dollars in that last bill on pork, hundreds of billions. But we can't seem to find the money for relief for working people that the President and the House and the Senate all support, and yet we can't seem to get onto the floor. Let me just share 3 stories that I've heard just this week alone, from my home state, from Missouri. Danielle from St. Louis County, she called my office. She said her utilities are about to be shut off. She's desperate for help. She said a $2,000 payment would go a long way to help keep the lights on in her house warm.
These type of talks in Congress make the American people more frustrated than ever at the entire system. It's a reason why we need term limits, get special interest money out of Congress because of things like this. Josh Hawley brings up a great point that it is not the Republicans versus the Democrats, it's the Senate versus Americans. And I would take it even a step further. It's the haves versus the have-nots. So unfortunately, we're not going to get a $2,000 stimulus check anytime soon. The silver lining in this is that we are getting the $600 stimulus check. I know it's not a lot, but a week before the bill was passed, there were no stimulus checks at all. This whole thing, I know, is very frustrating. But to cheer up your mood a bit, here is my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you something that you should do. But when you want to do something and you want to do a goal, then believe in yourself. Like if you want to ride a bicycle, drive a car, or do anything that you want to do, you have to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself with your mind. Or if you don't believe in yourself, you won't get it right. So, and also there's something else that I wanted to tell you. You have to believe your dreams in order for your dreams to come true. And that's all the suggestion that I wanted to say. Bye!
And if you are currently in debt and want to learn how to get out of debt the best way and build wealth, I recommend clicking this video over here. It's on my Wise Sense channel in just 7 steps of how to go from in debt to building wealth. It's the Dave Ramsey baby steps. I recommend clicking that video right now, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.